Santiago de Cuba is a beautiful city. In fact, after traveling around the country, we have determined it was one of our favorite places on the island. Some may not enjoy the humid climate, but the warm days, warm nights, and pleasant sea breezes kept us happy. We came to Santiago from Holguin, a city about 2.5 hours to the north. We took one of the most popular and cost-effective methods to get here, the Via Azul bus. As you'll see in future videos, there are 1,000 different forms of public transportation, but Via Azul may be the most appropriate and practical for those looking at exploring Cuba with luggage and a budget in mind. Our trip from Holguin cost 11 CUC each, and for a reference, 1 CUC equals $1. There's a lot to see in Santiago de Cuba, and this video should help showcase a few of the many options, although it will surely miss a few places you may enjoy. Starting in the northwest reaches of the city, our first recommendation is Santa Ifigenia Cemetery. Built in 1868, this cemetery houses two of Cuba's most famous people, Fidel Castro and Jose Marti. Time your visit right, and you may be able to see the changing of the guards outside the tomb of Marti. After that, make your way along the coast, where you get breathtaking views of Santiago Bay. For as cheap as 2 CUC, you can hop on a boat and get a 2-hour tour of the harbor. Don't be concerned, however, when the boat stops at Cayo Granma Island, as the boat acts as a ferry as much as it does a tour. Come see the city's biggest fort and castle at the southern tip of the city. Guarding the entrance to Santiago Bay is Castillo San Pedro de la Roca. Beginning construction in 1638, the fort was built to combat a rising fear in pirate attacks. You'll notice the fort looks like many others within the Caribbean, boasting Spanish architecture. If you remember back to our history lesson about the Plaza de la Revolucion, Spain held control of many important ports and trading routes throughout the Caribbean islands, including Cuba. One of our favorite parts of the city is its walkability. You can easily walk from the coast to the city center, although heading down to Castillo San Pedro de la Roca will require transportation. Spend some time walking the streets of Cuba's second biggest city. With 500,000 people, the streets are busy with life, although a lack of vehicle traffic may make you think otherwise. You'll notice Santiago de Cuba is visually different than the majority of Cuba, as it's very Afrocentric. Many of the people who live in this section of the country are direct descendants of slaves brought from Africa by Spanish explorers. Like many members of the Black community across the globe, Afro-Cubans often experience racism, even within the country, and are treated as subpar members of their community. It's a shame. As you continue exploring the streets, be sure to find the Enramada, a pedestrian-only street, filled with modern restaurants and music joints, locally called Casa de la Trova. On the west, closest to the waterfront, is Parque Céspedes. Here, you can find some magnificent Spanish buildings, such as City Hall and a stunning Catholic church. Also located in this area is ETE CSA, the place where you can buy internet. Despite being 2020, internet in Cuba is relatively new and very different than what you are used to back home. Internet is purchased by the hour. You get a card with a password. So far, not that strange. Unlike at home, however, that doesn't mean you can use the internet wherever you want. You'll need to search for a Wi-Fi hotspot. This is where you use the card to connect. There really isn't any free Wi-Fi zones, as you may find in other countries. So just because you see a Wi-Fi zone on your phone, doesn't mean you'll be able to connect to the internet without purchasing a card first. Internet costs about 1 CUC per hour, and once your time is up, you'll need to go back and buy another prepaid card. As you can see, there is enough to keep you busy in Santiago de Cuba, especially considering we just scratched the surface in this video. What sort of places should we check out next time we go? Do you have any recommendations? If so, leave them in the comments. Interested in learning more about our journey through Cuba? Take this time to subscribe to our YouTube channel, or visit us on our website for additional written material at joshuatravelguide.com. www.whynottry.ca. Are you looking for something a little more hands-on? Why not join us for an excursion through Cuba for a truly authentic experience? Learn more about these and more on our website. Why not share the love? If you enjoyed the video, do us a favor and share it with a friend, because together we can share the world.